morning. Today, I need to fast forward through this thing. Yesterday's video was like 20 minutes. It took me 3 hours to upload it. But it's no big deal because I can go and do other things and come back and go and come back and go and come back. But it's like, really? And we pay for high-speed internet. So today, my prompt is crossed, C-R-O-S-S-E-D. So my story that blends in with the rest of my trip is I got my wires crossed and I ended up on the wrong subway train and I ended up across town and I got out of the subway to try to find out where I was and I came across a park. So it was like a beautiful park and I spent an afternoon walking through this park, and I think I was supposed to have my wires crossed. Karma said, go to a park today. And the park I went to, Carty, forgive me, I could listen to the pronunciation thing, but I haven't done that, is Samosai Punga. It translates to Classical Language Park. It is a botanical garden in Chennai, Madras, set up jointly by the Horticultural and Agricultural Engineering Department of the Governor of Tamil Nadu. The garden was opened in 2010 and is the first botanical garden in the city. The garden is located in the Cathedral Road, Anasalai Junction, opposite the American Consulate. On the erstwhile, I don't know what that means, encompassing an area of 20 acres, was built at a cost of 80 million Indian dollars. More than 500 species of plants are being grown in the area, and in addition to the 80 trees that was already in existence during the development of the park, some of them being more than 100 years old. The garden house houses some of the most popular exotic and rare plant species, medicinal and aromatic herbs. So that's where I am. So I got my wires crossed and got on the wrong subway, but I ended up at a beautiful park. So it was meant to be. My stamp is in another room. I wonder if I have any circles right here. Ooh. We're going to go off the grid since we got lost in a park. We're going to use a rectangle stamp instead of a circle. No, we can't do that. I'll put this here temporarily. How about that? So this is the day before the last day. No, the day before, yeah. Day before the last day of the month. So 29. And I think I'm going to put, my circle will be a little bit bigger. I think I'm going to put crossed right here in my writing. In real life, I went to the grocery store and I got in trouble by the COVID police. I went down the wrong direction, down an aisle, and then somebody fussed at me. Like, I'm sorry, I got my wires crossed there too. Okay, so the thought process is to paint a garden. Yeah, that's gonna work real well, I'm sure. Which I don't even have any water. Let me go get some water. So this is a real garden in a real city on an imaginary trip. Oh, you know what? I could just draw a circle, I suppose. Let's do that, because I don't like the looks of that square. Where's my pen? We'll just keep using these pretty stickers. And write 29. So nothing else is going on. there are now more people in the United States have died from the coronavirus than the Vietnam War. That is just mind-boggling. Both instances, both things. All right, here's a fat pen and a skinny pen. All right. Is it dark in here to you? I don't know if that does anything. All right, so I'm going to go fast forward now. I'm just going to attempt to make a garden and paste this down. And I'm doing it on acrylic paint for the look of watercolor on acrylic, because I seem to love that. And here we go. So yes, I plan on making a garden here. I am actually looking for my Prima paints that I brought home from the beach. I did bring those home. And I'm just going with greens and adding some highlights. You know, I'm not Van Gogh here, so we're just working with the talent that I got. But I do love watercolor on acrylic or watercolor on gesso. Perhaps I need to purchase some real gesso and see the difference in what all it does. I have a hat on today. I've been to the grocery store and my hair's too long. I had to keep it out of my eyes, so I had a hat on. Plus it's getting hot. So I'm building my garden, and it's not fine art here, people. It's me. And I'm adding greens and highlight colors, some browns and some blues and some purples, just to make it all pretty, and drying a little as I go to add more color. I just love this effect. Why? I don't know. I just do. And there looks like there's 2 black lines on the left page, but they're not there. I think that's just shadow in the camera because they're not there in real life. And yes, this has been just slightly thin layer over some advertising from American Express. But I really, really, really just love this. I wish I could do this better. If I could do it better, I would do it a lot more. And here is my experimental garden. This patch here, it's as if it was a brochure from the garden and they had drawings artistically drawn for them from somebody not very talented. School kids drew it. Elementary school kids drew it on a school project from home because everybody's being homeschooled. Anyhow, this is just utter fun. I'm watching the cat from 2 doors away play in my stump of a tree from what we cut down the other day. And I think I said I was going to include it yesterday. I forgot. So it's in today's at the end. And there's a picture of it before and a picture of the stump. It really allows a lot of sun on our deck, which in the summertime is shadowy and we have privacy. We don't have any privacy now. My husband ordered a tree off Amazon, but it died while we were at the beach. We didn't water it while we were gone, and we thought it would make it in 2 days, but it didn't. 6 days, 2 days, but it didn't. So I'm labeling my trees. I have a walnut variety, and I have a pecan variety, and I have a poplar variety. And then these are all different clippings and experimental gardens and from all parts of the world. I have North America, I have Europe, I have Asia. I just labeled the different sections of the world for the plants, and then labeled the tree varieties. And there's a tiny little greenhouse on the right parts of it, and now I'm putting just like a flower garden. Yes, these are flowers. There's lots of irises out there right now, and pretend these are irises, okay? Okay. Or a variety that grows in India. This is just fun. It's a good way to end this journal. It's a good way to I have one more day left. It's a good way to add a different kind of page than what I've been doing. Um, and I like the variety of it. And my greenhouse has shingles like everybody should in their greenhouses. So this is it was a good, relaxing page for me to do today. And I love it. And there's my little blurb about the park. And I add a frame around that and call it done. Oh, I add a frame kind of like sketching. What do you call it? Landscape? No, the kind of sketching I like. Urban sketching. Um, and this was so much fun. So much fun. It's so relaxing, and I really like it. And there's our tree, and here comes the stump. That tree was 30 years old, and they usually live about 25 years, so I guess it was time. Stay smart, stay kind, and stay safe. See you all tomorrow. Bye.